Let me ask you guys a question. I asked Deli this the other night. I was watching some show and like they were showing a lot of Black Panther stuff, and I was like, man, it looked like, at least from looking at it from a different generation, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, it looked like the height of Black Power. I felt like everybody, you know, the afros, the style, the music, the dance, and I was like, man, I felt like everybody was so super proud to be Black, and it was cool to be Black, and like they were making such strong waves and moves, and then crack was introduced, right? And I feel like if we're speaking in a general term, and like I know there's so much more to it, so please don't take me so literally. That's what ended like that movement, right? The 70s. Am I fair in saying that?
Yep.
In a general way.
Right.
And I feel like nowadays, like, you know, I love the natural hair. You know, Black folks. I feel like it's the same thing that's happened, and I feel like
it's coming
being
back.
Black is beautiful. It always was beautiful to me, but I feel like now in a universal way, in a stereotypical way, like now it's beautiful to be that, and like Black women are wearing their hair naturally, which I love. It's cool to be that. The music is becoming popular. Everything is going. What's the next thing that's gonna try to take us down? What's the next thing? Like, is it gonna be drugs? Is it gonna be shit like what happened to Nipsey? Is it gonna be trying to take down our leaders? Is it gonna be, what's it gonna be? And I'm like trying to keep an eye out for it, and I'm trying to look for it. But when it hits the way it did, like with crack, motherfuckers didn't know it was gonna be an epidemic. They didn't know that people were gonna be busting this shit and throwing this shit into the community. So, what is it gonna be, and what do we have to look out for?
I think it's going to be way more subtle than crack was. Because crack, it was like maybe the first time, like, with the Black Panther thing, it was really like the unification of Black people, right? Like, everyone was pretty unified and like, we're going to fight for each other and our people, blah, blah, blah. Crack came along, broke that unification up, starting to build back up again. They can't do it how they did with crack because that's so, like, now people know that plan, that strategy.
Right, and everything's being videotaped.
Exactly. So I feel like it's gonna be something like the Kardashians. Like that's gonna take you down. Shit. Like they're gonna take everything that they say, like that Black people are doing naturally. Like they've always known it's cool, but you know mainstream has always been like no, that's ghetto. That's bad. If you have this hairstyle, then you're a bad person. But if the Kardashians do it, they take the style, they make it cool. Now they take all the power that they've created.
Right.
So it's going to be something like that. It's going to be something so subtle, and you probably got these fucking genius, like, think tanks thinking about how to fucking break up people and, like, putting people in places, you know?
Yeah.
Because doing something, it was just like, there's these people that, they're not good. Like, you know people way better than them, but they become stars overnight, like the Yes Jules. They become stars overnight in the Black community.
Yeah.
And they take the money, and then as soon as they have the money, what do? They start saying the N-word. They start shitting on. They start saying about like how I'm like, oh, blah blah
moles.
blah. Moles, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be the mole route. That's how it's gonna. That's their plan.
For me, I think it's already happened or it's already happening, and I don't think people realize that the biggest, I guess, threat is actually this shit right here.
Oh yeah.
This is the biggest threat because, we stick to this shit so much now that we refuse to go outside. We refuse to actually interact in our communities. We refuse to try to learn something from history. And what we choose to do is actually use this shit to clout chase. And we use this shit to make statements or, you know, make very uninformed political views and thoughts and shit like that, and it's literally just for people like me, Manny, Mark to watch and be like, oh, that's all it's for. Like, and it's just for money. This shit is going to end up being the next thing that's going to wipe out fucking, you know, the sense of community we have, because as long as people continue to, which I hope y'all stop doing, stop watching that fucking Nipsey shooting. Stop. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. But because, and it's crazy because I've seen this shit, right? Someone will post, you know, a little tribute to him or whatever, and then you'll read a couple of comments, you see this nigga with a link. Like, I don't want to hear your song, bro. Right. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit right now or whatever, right? But it's clear that people are so desensitized because of shit like this. That's why I can't watch that shit. Like, and I know, Mark, you told me the whole, like, now there's like a super zoomed in version of it.
Yeah.
I can't watch that, man. Like, seeing, like, imagine how you would feel if you could literally see the moment Pac died. You don't want to watch that shit.
Fuck no.
Like, and like, Nipsey honestly was our generation's Pac. Like, and I know people are like, you know, he was his own thing too. But Nipsey was a person who said it in his bars. 2020 Tupac, like, and everything, right? So, I don't want to see someone who was that great be treated like a dog.
Yeah.
Because then that's all they are.
That's all they'll ever be.
Yeah.
That's the shit that you're gonna keep reposting, and people think it's fucking funny. Like, I saw people. There was a dude who had, I don't know what the fuck he was, or a dude or a girl, but posted under the video that someone posted of Nipsey getting shot, they posted a fucking meme of like some dude who was like seasoned on the ground. And they were like, this is how Nipsey was when he was. And I'm like, bro, honestly, like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
You really thought you was gonna get some likes, some retweets, or whatever, right? And this is the shit that's gonna end us, because it makes people take sides. It makes people, instead of mourning, now it's like, instead of fucking being an actual person, a human being for a couple of minutes, now we have to, oh, it's a conspiracy. Let's push a narrative. It's the white man. Like, we got to stop this and everything like that. And it sucks because this shit doesn't make us be human anymore. This shit literally makes us be robots.
Yeah, but it's a necessary evil, because all the police brutality and shootings that are happening would not be a thing if for it not being such a big social media thing and being videotaped and being shown. So I'm like, I don't know where it's gonna come from. I'm trying to keep my eyes open for it, but man, I hope we're ready for it.
Oh, also for you niggas who do crimes, this shit is also getting you caught too. But whatever.